Hi, Bisma. How are you doing today?
Hi, I'm doing okay actually.
Okay. Did you find yourself okay over here?
Yep, I only live a couple blocks away, so it wasn't too bad.
Okay, that's not bad. Did you bus or drive here or something?
I busted here, yeah.
Okay, cool. So I guess this is your first time being in the center, right?
Yeah.
How do you like it so far?
So far, it's alright from what I've seen, the environment.
Yeah. Okay, that's cool. So hopefully, you can come back to this place too.
Okay.
Now, do you know what confidentiality is or anything?
I know a bit about it, but I'm not very sure.
Okay, cool. So confidentiality is basically it just means that hey, we're gonna anything like all the information that you say in this Samsung section is gonna be over here. It's not gonna be disclosed to anybody else. The only people that will get to know the information is just my supervisor, and that's only because if we got to do any casework on the back end or anything like that. Now, we do believe that we have four situations where confidentiality must be broken. I'll explain them to you, and then you can tell me how you think of that and stuff, okay? So, the first situation is if we suspect there's some child abuse or child neglection going on, that's when we'll have 2-7. The second situation is if we are suspected that you're causing self-harm or that you're causing harm to another person.
Okay.
The third situation is if you give us the permission to disclose your information to other doctor offices or organizations or other so to say counselors that you are in touch with. And the fourth situation is if we are subpoenaed to the court and we have to present the information to the judge and the government. All right. Now. With that being said, I am a college student right now at the Durham College right now. We're offering this sort of counseling service for free. So this is an opportunity that you could either come for or you stop going to. It's completely up to you. It's a full volunteer sort of aspect. Now, over here is the client acknowledgement form, and I would just like to get your signature if you do agree with the terms.
Yeah, they sound pretty doable, so
Okay, cool.
thanks.
Awesome. Thanks. Now, let me ask you how or what is it that you're here for?
Well, throughout the entire start of my education and everything, post secondary, I've been, and before that too, I've been having family issues and issues with friends, and because of that, I have like a lot of stress and like occasional depression and stuff like that, and it's hard for me to go on with my courses. I feel like maybe the course load that I have right now isn't meant for me. Maybe it's not appropriate right now for me. Maybe in the future it will be, but right now I feel like maybe I can cut back on it because I'd rather become successful in a couple courses than have 4 courses that I don't do well in.
Okay.
So because of all the stress and everything that happens, like I'm not able to keep up with the workload.
And stuff. What grade are you in, if you don't mind me asking?
Right now, I'm in first year.
First year right now? Okay, and how do you like the first year so far?
Right now, the first year is it's all right for me. I think it's different from what I've had before from high school and from all the other places that I've been. It's difficult, but I'm managing right now. Not to say I'm doing well or anything, but I'm managing.
And how many courses do you have? Or
right now, I'm taking 5.
5 courses, and okay, and then are you looking to sort of downsize your courses, or?
I was looking to maybe take 3 or maybe 2 rather than 5.
The full course load and stuff. Okay. Now, are you? What are you in, like your first, second semester right now, or?
Right now, I'm in my second semester.
So you're in your second semester now. You said that you were having some sort of difficulty with friends, or so to say.
Friends and family.
Friends and family. Okay, so do you want to talk a little bit about what's going on with the family, or sorry, with the friend side of the whole problem?
Well, with my friends, it's kind of like I'm not really interacting with them. I'm not communicating with them as well as I used to. Like before, I would actually be talking to them and getting outside my house. Now I feel like I'm more isolated and I'm not with them anymore.
Do your friends attend your school, or are they from your high school or
Most
something?
Most of them attend my school.
Most of them attend your school. Do you have classes with them or something, or?
No, I don't have any.
Oh, and that's you feel like you're isolated because you're just texting them or more into the cyber world rather than the actual physical?
Exactly.
Okay. Now, have you displayed these sort of emotions or feelings to your friends, or do they know anything about this, or?
Well, not really because I'm not very vocal with my emotions
Hmm.
and stuff, so it's a little bit harder for me to talk to them.
Okay, so like right now you are more into yourself. You tend to keep things into yourself, from
Yeah.
what I'm getting from
Yeah.
you. Okay, cool. I mean that again, like that's not an issue. It's not a problem to be more into yourself, or to even be in isolation at some extent. It's good that that you see that it's becoming some sort of a negative feeling that you're feeling, and just you vocalizing that emotion to me right now is you saying, hey, it's something real, and it's something that's happening. So that's a good recognition in yourself, and you should be proud of something like that. With that being said, now is your family aware of these sort of emotions that you have towards your friends and stuff, or?
Well, lately I've been really isolating myself from my family as
Mhm.
well, so it started out as a friend sort of thing, but now it's moving on towards family, which
Mhm.
is unfortunate because my family was usually where I looked to towards like happiness
Yeah.
and joy whenever my friends weren't there. But
Mhm.
now I begin to isolate myself from them too,
Yeah.
and that's just become a lot more harder.
More harder for
Yeah.
you. So I guess from what you're saying, it sounds like you're getting a lot of negativity and a lot of isolation because you're moving away from your family and your friends now, and
Yeah.
you're finding more comfort being by yourself, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Okay. Now, do you talk to anybody in your family, or does your family know about sort of what's going on right now, or is it sort of they're in the dark as well too?
Well, the only person in my family who has an idea of what's going on is one of my cousins, and he's always really been there for me, and he always asks me how my day went,
Mm-hmm.
and always keeping up to date with me.
Mm-hmm.
But recently, like, I try to push him out too, but like, he's really the only one who actually tries to
Yeah.
like know what's going on and stuff. Other than him, there's really nobody else.
Nobody
in
else?
my family.
Okay.
Yeah.
That makes sense. Now, have you seen anybody at school, or have you done anything for this sort of the whole thing with the whole academic side of the problem? Have you spoken to anybody about that yet, or anything?
I haven't really spoken to anyone. No, not much.
So this is your first sort of
This is my
step.
first time.
Okay, well, I mean, you taking the first step in the problem is one of the best things, sort of, that a person can do, because if you don't recognize the problem, then the problem keeps persisting. So by you coming in here and doing that, I mean, I can only applaud for your effort, and for you taking the time to coming to actually see me. So thank you for that. Now, with that being said, um, the whole idea that I'm getting behind this is that the core problem is starting with the academic side,
Yeah.
and it's sort of growing into the whole family and the friends and the social aspect of your life. Am I right there? Okay. Now, have you sort of done anything to go about this, or have you taken any steps to see where, like, different options or anything?
Well, I mean, I've tried to do things differently in my life, and I've tried to go out and reach out to other things. But like I said, I'm not very vocal with things, so it does make a difference, you know.
Well, what are some of the things that you tried to do already?
Like, for example, I would like to get myself out of the house and like stop isolating myself. I would go out and do volunteer work, go and hang out with people at like the senior center, or go volunteer at a community school, something like that. But they don't work, or they don't last as long.
As long as you'd like it to. Okay, well, I mean, you taking the time to actually go out and do those things, regardless of what's going on in your life, is something to be very proud of. Because regardless of the negativity that you've been feeling, you were able to make a positive outcome by helping all those seniors and volunteering your time. Now, with that being said, I'm sure the people that you were volunteering for were more than happy to see you every day. I'm sure they look forward to seeing you. How was the experience volunteering and stuff?
It felt nice. Like, it felt different to actually talk to other people and know about their issues rather than drowning in my own issues. It was better.
That makes sense. So you like to pretty much socialize with a lot of those people, get to know their life, see what's going on with them and stuff like that.
Exactly.
That's good. I mean, is there any sort of volunteer, like any centers, such as like the retirement centers around your area, or?
I do have Yeah, retirement centers around my area.
Yeah, and have you worked at those places or anything, or?
I volunteered at one of them once, and then I didn't really go back to it, unfortunately.
Unfortunately, okay. I mean, at least you went there for the first time and you gave it your all, right?
Yeah.
Now, with that being said, the whole dilemma with your family and your friends right now, is there something that you were hoping to get out of this counseling session so that you can could further your progress, maybe, or?
Well, with family and friends, like I was hoping that from doing something about the academic side, I could then take what I get from that and put it towards family and friends. So like if I'm not spending as much time on academics and whatever, then I have more time to spend with my family and friends.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Yeah, I mean it all starts at one thing, right?
Yeah.
One step at a time. So is there something that you were looking directly to tackle head on first right now, or?
Well, right now I kind of want to look at what I can take away from my course load. So like how OSAP and like all that stuff can like accommodate to what I need.
Okay. So you're currently on OSAP right now? Okay, that's cool. So because you're on OSAP, I guess you're taking the whole their whole pay schedule thing where you have to pay the full year and stuff like that. All right. Now, have you contacted OSAP or?
Right now, I haven't tried.
No. Okay.
No.
Okay, that makes sense. Everybody has to start somewhere, like I said, and you taking the time to start over here is more than what we could ask for you to do. Hopefully, in the further sessions, we could actually be able to get at that progress and be able to get you in contact with OSAP and your direct counselors. Now, you said you haven't met any counselors from your school yet, right?
No, I haven't.
Okay. Now, is that something that you would like to further on, or is that something that you would be interested in?
Yeah, I actually would, because since I don't have anyone really to talk to throughout the week, having one person, like a counselor or something, to go to like once a week, maybe that would really help me.
Really help you? Okay, so maybe in the next sessions, or actually by the next session, we could actually try and get you a time organized with one of your counselors, so that maybe you could express some of these academic feelings towards them. Is that something that you would like?
Yeah. That sounds
okay,
perfect.
Cool. Now, may I just get the name of your school, please, and then I could try and contact and get information on that.
Okay, Durham College.
Okay, cool. So you go to Durham College as well, too?
Yep.
Oh, nice. Okay, so then what I could do for you is I could try and look for the academic counseling and see if I can maybe get you set up. However, haven't visited that center or anything like that, right?
No, I haven't.
Okay, so then with that being said, is that something that you would you be comfortable to do?
Yeah, it would be different for me to do, and I want to try something new. So what, I might as well do it. And it'll help me.
Yeah. And now you said that you were taking 5 courses right now?
Yeah, right now.
Okay. So, and you're 5 courses and you're on OSAP, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so you were looking to maybe downsize your courses throughout the year or something like that?
Yeah, something maybe like from 5, I could try maybe 4 or 3 just to see what it goes
for you. Okay, so let's write down some options of maybe stuff that you could look about. So just to quickly brainstorm, you could get in contact with a counselor as well, right? So that's one thing. Now, have you explored any different options yet, or is this also the first time you're doing that?
This is the first time.
The first time you're doing that? Okay, so I mean, you have a counselor option. That's as well too. The counselor will be able to give you the information about the OSAP and all that stuff as well. So that, however, I believe that OSAP does require some sort of course load requirement, minimum course load. But from what you're doing, I believe that we could also get you. Now, have you seen a doctor or anything like that in the last little bit, or?
I only went to like my family doctor, but that's about it. So.
Okay, so maybe what we could do is we could also think about you setting an appointment with your family doctor just to give them a quick checkup, see how that's going as well too. Doctor checkup. Now, based on everything that you're telling me, from what I'm gathering from the story, it's that you're having a lot of sort of stress and negativity because of your marks in school, right?
Yeah, because that's where it really starts.
It starts
for me,
for you. Okay.
for school.
Now,
So.
are the courses that you're taking, are they like your interested courses, or are they something that you're just not into at all?
Well, I mean, the courses that I took were courses that I was interested in previously. Now it's not as much, which can be playing a huge factor. And
Yeah.
the reason why I'm not putting as much effort into the course is because I'm not that interested
Yeah,
in it
that makes
anymore.
sense.
So maybe I could, like, in the next upcoming year or something, I could try to look for a different course
Yeah.
that actually interests me rather than.
Then taking just courses. Yeah,
Yeah.
that makes sense.
Exactly.
I mean, you said that you're into your second semester now, right?
Yeah.
So, I mean, you've already gone through your first semester doing your courses, and I'm sure you're doing like you're doing well because you're not out of school and you're still
Yeah.
continuing. So just the fact that you're still continuing regardless of the interest in the course or not is very it's something to be greatly proud of because a lot of people they just quickly drop out the minute they lose the interest. So it takes a lot for you to continue that stride regardless of the whole negativity that's coming with the courses. Um, Now, with that being said, is the courses that you have are they courses that you could take at another point, or are they something that you need mandatory like you need like mandatory you need?
Well, I think that the courses that I am taking right now, I feel like I can take them in the future.
Mhm.
So that, right now, like, maybe I should stabilize myself and
Yeah,
get everything in order, and then I can take
they
them
retake
again.
them again.
Yeah.
So do you think that downsizing your course load will help you stabilize your academic and help you build that foundation a little bit stronger for you to be able.
I think so. I
Mhm.
think that if I stop focusing as much on school, it will really help me to have a little bit of more like self time rather than focusing on school all the time.
Okay,
like,
yeah, that makes sense.
so.
That's good. I mean, so from this counseling sort of session, what were you hoping to sort of get out of it, or what do you want to really happen next with us?
With this counseling session, I was hoping that I would really outline my goals, where I want to go, what I want to do, and how I want to do it.
Okay, that makes
so
sense.
make an entire structure, and I was able to do that for the most part. So
Okay,
yeah.
so how are you feeling sort of from the first time you came into this to now? Like,
I feel like now I'm a little bit more comfortable just because I know where I'm going with everything, and I know exactly what I want to do, how I want to do it, and who I'm going to do it with.
yeah.
So
So, do you want to maybe make a list, or well, not a list? Do you want to set a goal plan maybe for the next sort of counseling session that you have with us?
yeah, I think that would be a good
Okay,
idea.
cool. So, I mean, we could write over here, like we discussed before. You're comfortable with meeting a counselor as well, too, right?
Yeah.
And then we could also get you checked up for the doctors and stuff and make sure everything is okay with you.
Yeah.
Now, with that, by the next sort of session, maybe we could set up a counseling session with you at your academic course at Durham College. So counseling session.
Would that counseling session just be talking about like how I can downsize my
Yeah,
courses and
basically, exactly. So your academic advisors will be able to tell you, hey, Bisma, we think that it's okay for you to downsize your courses based on your OSAP requirements here, here, and here, because OSAP has a lot of different criteria, and that I don't want to, give you the false information for. So like the academic advisors are something that we could get set up for something for the next session that we have. Academic advisors. Also, for the next session, do you think that maybe do you have an agenda or anything like that, or do you?
I do keep an agenda.
Yeah.
with
So
me
do you like writing in it? Do you like planning your stuff and everything like
most
that?
of the time, yeah.
And how does that make you feel when you have your stuff written out?
Well, when I have my things written down, I feel more organized and I know where I'm gonna go with my day rather than spend the entire day by
Thinking
myself
about it.
doing nothing, thinking about it, all that sort of stuff.
That makes sense. So, do you think that continuing writing your journal and writing in your agenda and making a day planner is going to keep you organized like that?
I do think so because without it, I would just be spending the entire day by myself.
By yourself, yeah.
Not doing the work that
makes sense.
the course needs
Yeah,
me
yeah,
to do.
that's cool. So I guess continuing that sort of agenda is something that you would want to prefer, right? Okay, cool. So that's also another option. And just that you've been doing that for so long now is great as well too, because a lot of people don't even do that. I mean, me myself, I know that I have always not kept a personal agenda, and when it would get me really stressed out, because I would always think about all the different things that happen in my day.
Yeah.
But then after, now that I start using um, the personal organizer like you, it really does make me feel a little bit more organized. So I can relate with you on that point. So that's really good as well for that, you to doing that from such an early start. Now with that, is there sort of a place where you want, like, is there a specific goal that you want to have done before your next session or anything like that?
Well, before my next session, I want to be able to actually continue volunteering.
Okay. Yeah.
So maybe go to the
Yeah.
retirement center, and rather than staying there for a week, maybe do 2 weeks, or
Oh,
maybe
okay,
a
cool,
week
cool,
and a
cool.
half,
Yeah.
or something like that.
So what I could do for you is if you don't mind, I'll get your email address, and
Yeah.
what I could do is I could find out some places that are hiring within your area,
Yeah.
or like
Mhm.
that places that are looking for volunteer
Yeah.
experience, like so you're into retirement centers as well. You said,
Retirement centers, community homes.
yeah, community homes.
Stuff like that.
That's perfect. So what I could do for you is, I could get your email.
Mhm.
I'll send you some information about that,
Okay.
and then if you'd like, we could set up, or you get interviews set up for the positions and all that as well too. Is that
Okay,
something
that's
you'd like
fine.
as well?
Yeah.
Cool.
That's fine.
So let's say for next week, or let's say for the next sort of counselor session that we have, by then, one goal will be to set up an appointment with your academic advisor.
Mhm.
So that's one thing. I will get you information about some hiring places. So that will be your second goal that we could have,
Mhm.
and the third goal that we could get doing for you is to continue that daily organizer that you have, because that is something that is greatly being a positive to you. Am I right?
Mhm.
Okay, cool. So I mean, so by next sort of our session, we could have you set up with an academic advisor, so that you know about the OSAT requirements and the different downsizing policies that the school has. We could get you hopefully set up with an interview at one of the volunteer places, such as
Yeah.
the retirement home or community center, and then third, we'll have your planning and your sort of agenda keep going on with the daily activities that you're doing and all that stuff.
Okay.
Now, do those three goals sound good to you for the next session that we have?
Yeah, I think that they're doable. I don't think that's too much for me to handle or anything. I think that even if I can't handle doing a week of volunteering or
Yeah.
something, I can always downsize it or something to
Yeah.
really accommodate what I want, right? So
Exactly. Yeah. So now, from the time that you came into this whole session, you said that you're feeling a little bit more comfortable
Mhm.
and stuff like that by being able to vocalize your emotions.
Yeah.
Now, do you feel that after this counseling session, you're going to be going out with a little bit more of a different outlook as to this problem, or?
I feel like I will be now that I'm able to actually vocalize once. I think
Yeah.
that maybe I can try and
Okay, yeah.
continue telling people,
Yeah.
maybe my family about how I feel, maybe my friends about
Yeah.
what I want to do.
Exactly.
And,
So do you feel like because of this session, you're getting that sort of confidence and sort of building that confidence to be able to vocalize your
yeah, exactly.
emotion?
I mean, it's hard to have confidence when you don't vocalize your opinions and whatever. But now that I'm able to speak to people and tell them how I feel, and by coming here and vocalizing my opinion, I think it really gave me some confidence.
Confidence in helping you sort of vocalize that emotion. That's good. I mean, you seeing that sort of change in just one counseling session should give you that sort of insight as to how much progress you could actually make in such a short amount of time. I mean, this conversation has only been for 20 minutes, and you've already recognized some of the stuff that you've already been doing, some of the goals that you could be doing, and now you're starting to realize that you're becoming a little bit more comfortable in vocalizing your emotion, so to speak.
Mm-hmm.
Now, do you feel that you sort of agree with this whole counseling session and what you've had, like the differences that you've noticed in here and stuff?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's obviously by coming here consistently, I will start to notice even more differences.
Mm-hmm.
When I first came here, I noticed now I'm noticing the difference that when back then I was really scared and really afraid to come here, but now I'm noticing that I've been better and I'm able to actually stand up with my head held high and go to the
Exactly. I mean, because exactly that's exactly what we're supposed to sort of be doing. For you be able to hold your head high is something that we hope to be able to achieve. And like every week, just like how we're doing this sort of goals things, we could have goals to further your progression so that you could see the concrete changes in your behavior and in your situation as well too. Now, do you think that this counseling session has sort of contributed towards uh, a realization as to what you need to do and stuff, or
I think it really has shone a little bit of light on where I need to go and what I need to do. Because before I was kind of just like sitting at home,
all
not
over the
really
place? Yeah,
knowing what I have to do because life was just going on.
yeah, for sure. That makes sense. So now, do you think that these counseling sessions are something that you would like to continue with us and come back, or?
Yeah, of course. I mean, it's a great opportunity for me to come back and actually talk to someone rather than having all of this stress and academic stress build up inside of me.
Mm-hmm.
So I think it's a very good opportunity for me to come back.
So do you think maybe making a new making a new appointment for a counseling session is something that you would like to do?
Yeah, definitely.
Okay, cool. So what I'm gonna do is I have written down the action plan for you. So basically, the action plan just includes setting up an advisory meeting with your teacher. Sorry, not your teacher, with one of your advisors. Sending you some information about the hiring sort of opportunities that are around, and also to being able to continue that sort of day organizer that you have. Are you okay with having that sort of action plan until our next sort of session?
Yeah, that makes
okay,
sense.
cool. So here are the action plans that we have set out. I've written some of this stuff down. If you want to just give me a signature over here, and then we can have this sort of to keep a copy so that as we go on we can see the sort of concrete proof that you're doing it and that you're getting sort of that information with you to be able to help you and to be able to get out of this dilemma. Now, are you okay with everything today? Is there anything else that you would like to talk about, or your friends or family?
I think I'm good right now. It's like I think this meeting was a really good chance for me to actually talk and finally know where I can go and my path and my options and all the opportunities that are there. So.
Do you feel like that once we sort of get that whole dilemma of the academic out of the way, that everything else will start sort of falling into?
Yeah, everything will fall into place.
So is the academic something that you want to primarily focus on right now?
Yeah. It is.
Okay, cool. So then maybe in the next session we could try and see how the academics are getting a little. We can see how the progress is with the academics, and then we can see how that sort of ties in with your family and your friends, and we could go on from there. Is that something you're comfortable with?
Yeah, it makes sense.
Okay, cool. Good. So then I guess we'll make another counseling session for sometime next week. We'll touch base about the action plan that we have set up, and by tomorrow I can have you have some stuff sent to your email. If you don't mind, just giving me your email over here, and I'll send you some employment information that way. And then I'll have the receptionist, make a new appointment for you for next week, okay?
Okay, thank
you.
Okay,
it was great seeing you this month. Hopefully we'll be able to meet soon again, alright? Thank you. Bye.
Thank you.